It's become part of the city's culture, identity, history. But this sport goes beyond the fortress. The Scarlet and Gray.
The UNLV men's hockey team has dominated.
Our boys in silver.
It's a great opportunity. It's a great challenge. It's the right time. It feels right.
The Monsters in the north.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Night Monsters. They begin playing this upcoming season.
And the next generation.
When we scored the overtime goal, it's like, really? That just happened?
The Vegas Junior Golden Knights girls made history by becoming the first female hockey team to represent the state.
They live at the rink. They love the game.
Vegas wanted hockey, Vegas got hockey.
Covering every local team on the ice, this is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside another edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm your host, Vince Sapienza. Hockey is all the way back. The Golden Knights are a perfect 3-0. Jack Eichel named the third star of the week. We'll dive into all that. But before we get there, let's fire home a snapshot of what is in store over the next 30 minutes. We're going to take a look back at the week that was for the guys in gold, introduce you to maybe the biggest offseason acquisition for the VGK and Alexander Holtz. Later, the Skating Rebels in studio, fresh off their first pair of wins of the season. But first, let's take a look at the sights and sounds from opening night at the Fortress.
I think it's great. When you see what's going on outside, when you see the fan engagement, when you see the growth of grassroots hockey and the rinks that are being built, when you see how much this team is a part of the community, it's very gratifying. I tell people the story all the time. You know, when I came to be part of the announcement of the name, 5,000 people showed up. This is a team that was born here, is rooted here, I think has an incredibly strong foundation and great fans.
Well, you know it's must-see TV when the commissioner comes to town. Gary Bettman choosing to take the sights and sounds in and around the arena, T-Mobile Arena, for the VGK opener. Vegas crushed Colorado, scoring 8 goals to commence Season 8 of the franchise, their 6th straight season opening victory. In a game littered with stars, it was the Golden Knights shining brighter than the rest. Jack Eichel showing up to the building, dressed to the nines, and number 9 was in the Giving Moon pregame. Some early season souvenirs, and that continued once the puck dropped. He became just the 6th player in the last 22 years with 4 assists in a season opener. Victor Olofsson introduced himself to the Medieval Maniacs in the first, scoring Vegas's first goal of the season. He, along with the captain Mark Stone, Ivan Barbashev, each scored twice, but for the newest night, it was his first and second inside the friendly confines of the Fortress.
Pretty cool. It's very exciting just playing here and especially scoring here. So it was special for sure. I mean, I saw him cheating a little bit. I saw Nick in front of the net battling, and I think the goalie was expecting a pass. So I just tried to hit the net, and luckily it went in. I see myself as an offensive player, and it's always nice to score a goal early in the season and kind of get you going a little bit and then feel a little more comfortable out there. So it definitely helps.
Now Vegas doubled down on their win total with the St. Louis Blues in town for a Friday night fight at the Fortress, and it was the top line trio of Eichel, Stone, and Barbashev again lighting it up on the score sheet. The Knights' top line combined for 6 goals and 17 points in their first 6 periods together. Nick Waugh in his 300th NHL contest would make the game winner, redirecting the Shea Theodore shot in the third as Vegas sent St. Louis home, feeling the Blues 4-3.
Like you said, it's a small sample size at the same time. I think there's stuff, we'd want to continue to improve on. It's a huge goal by Wazzy to get us that 2-goal lead, and you have to be happy you win 2 games to start the year, and I think it's important to get off to a good start. So, everyone's still getting their legs under them and trying to, find their game.
Now, speaking of finding their game, how about finding a new home? Prior to opening night, after losing Preseason standout Zach Aston Reese to Columbus via waivers. Vegas found their own success on the waiver wire, claiming 23-year-old Cole Schwindt from the Calgary Flames. A former third-round pick by the Panthers in 2019, Schwindt was part of the return of the trade package that sent Matthew Tkachuk from Calgary to Florida. Schwindt scored 36 points in 66 games for the Wranglers in the American Hockey League last season, and this past week, he made his VGK debut against the Blues.
Loose puck, Schwindt drive and a save. Bennington. Theodore with the drive and scores!
It was just loud. You know, it makes it easy to get legs and to be up on the bench. And you know, every time there's a whistle, everybody's up and jumping.
In just his 8th career NHL game and first with the Golden Knights, Cole Schwindt hit the score sheet, picking up a primary assist for his first National Hockey League point on Theodore's first of the season.
It's something that I've been dreaming about my whole life, is even just to play in the NHL in general. And I think I owe Theo a nice dinner after that one, for sure. I got the puck, yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
Probably just give it to Mom. Yeah, she'll take it home and probably put it on a bedside table or something so you can look at it everywhere.
In addition to the puck, Schwindt says his mom and uncle are also getting a nice dinner as well, after they packed up his apartment in Calgary, drove 20 hours from Alberta to Vegas to deliver his car, his things, and experience his childhood dream turn into a reality.
You know, I've got a great support staff at home with her and my 2 younger brothers, and you know, my uncle that made the trip here. So they mean the world to me, and I'm happy that I could get that for them tonight.
Now Sunday night, the Golden Knights played host to the Anaheim Ducks. Shea Theodore skating in his 500th NHL game and doing so against the team that drafted him back in 2013. But we start in the first. Brett Howden putting on the overalls, working in the paint, opens up his scoring account to make it 1-0. But we fast forward to the third, tied at 1. Third time's a charm for the Vegas power play. Golden Knights playing a game of tic-tac-turtle. Tomas Hertl putting home his first of the season. That would prove to be the game winner. Pavel Dorofeyev tickled the twine late as Vegas starts their season 3-0, quacking the Ducks 3-1.
I'm here just to win games, and always important. And you know, honestly, like last couple of years, you know, I can remember last time, you know, I was 3-0, you know, so it feels great, you know, and leaving home 3 wins, you know, it's be in this locker room. It's so much fun, you know. I enjoyed every minute so far, and you know, excited for the kind of first road trip, you know, this year, and because this group is amazing and it's a lot of fun.
You know, having 3 at home right away, you want to take advantage of that. You know, you see a lot of teams starting with back-to-backs and on the road and stuff like that. So we really wanted to take advantage of that, and we did. And we've been building our game. You know, each period we've played, I feel like we've been building it in different ways, and you know, we're feeling confident about ourselves, but we still, you know, there's still a ways to go. So it's a good sign, and you know, now going on to the road, we want to continue that and carry that on.
Now, not only was it the third win of the season for Vegas, it was the first for goaltender Ilya Samsonov, who made his VGK debut, finishing the game with 22 saves. Afterwards, he talked about how he felt, and I asked what he thought of playing inside T-Mobile Arena.
Great opportunity, like not easy game, because I'm not playing a couple of weeks. Huge fans, huge atmosphere here. How I said before, you know, like I feel great. We won the game. It's never better for this night today. It's a huge atmosphere. I think it's the best atmosphere in the league. So happy to be here. You know, like so happy to play with these guys. You know, with this locker room, I'm still enjoying every day.
But all the ice, we're just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. When we return, we'll introduce you to a pair of Devils who now call Sin City home. Keep it here.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
This time McNabb's attempt blocked on its way to the cage. Centering pass. Oh, what a score! Hertl to Holtz, and the Knights have tied it 2-2. You couldn't blink. It was so fast. 2 points for Alexander Holtz.
In the Knights preseason finale, Alexander Holtz officially introduced himself to all the medieval maniacs, showing off just a sample of the skills and kind of shot he possesses, 2 things he hopes to refine and to an extent redefine here in Vegas.
I was super excited to come here when I first got the call. A little shocking, but at the same time, really excited, and I hope this can be a really good fit.
Holtz is viewed as one of, if not the biggest, prized additions to the Golden Knights this past summer. The 22-year-old was acquired from the New Jersey Devils, along with goaltender Akira Schmid, for Stanley Cup champion Paul Cotter and a third-round pick.
Alexander Holtz is a player that we had tremendous regard for as an amateur. We're taking a swing at his upside and what a change can do sometimes for young players, which we've seen with different players that have been brought into Vegas needing a change and have benefited by that change and become good players for us.
Another good chance. Nemitz across, score! Alexander Holtz!
The former 7th overall selection in the 2020 draft has played parts of 3 seasons in the NHL, 110 games to his name, 82 of which came last season, where he scored 16 goals and 28 points.
I hope I can fill a little offensive role here, find my game a little bit that I've been missing a little bit in the NHL level. So no, I'm very excited, like I said before, for this opportunity here, and yeah, really excited to get the season going.
When it comes to Holtz, Bruce Cassidy's job will be twofold: find a way to unlock his offensive potential here in Vegas, as well as find a home in the lineup.
He's on the left right now because we're looking at Nick up front, getting him some reps. So we know he's played both, so he'll be in the same boat.
I still play my game, but yeah, I need to be a good 200-foot player to be able to do that too.
Holtz is more like, where does he fit best with any of our lines, to be honest, because he's newer. You know, can he play that down low game? Is he more line rush? And we have analytics and all this, but he's a Vegas Golden Knight, and we're not going to be overly concerned what happened in New Jersey, you know, judge him on everything that happened in New Jersey. Here's how we play. Can you adjust and still play to your strengths and that sort of thing? So that's what we're going to look at with him.
I feel like all guys here have been very helpful. It's always nice to speak to Carly, fellow Swede, so it's always easier in your own language, but all the guys have been awesome so far. So we got an awesome setup here. Guys have been really good since I came in, so no, it's really fun to be here.
First, just get settled in, get to know everyone, and then afterwards, just try to be as consistent as I can be, and hopefully crack the team at one point and play some games here. Last year wasn't my best year, so obviously this summer was a lot of work put in to get the confidence back to start the season, and kind of build off of the years I had in Jersey. I got a couple of games now in the NHL and in the AHL, so I know what to expect, I know what's coming, and just try to find that consistency in my game.
So as you heard, in addition to Holtz, the Golden Knights had acquired goaltender Akira Schmid in a trade that sent Paul Cotter to the Devils. Schmid, 24 years old, playing in 43 games over the course of 3 seasons for Jersey. His best numbers came in the 2022-23 season, where he played in 14 games, winning 9 and finishing with a save percentage over .922. Once acquired, McCrimmon said the plan was to have him start in Henderson, which has been the case, and now the goal is to get back to the NHL. Now, unfortunately for Schmid, he got off to a little bit of a rough start in Henderson as the Silver Knights dropped their season opener in Texas, but the HSK bounced back in Game 2. Just like he was in the preseason, Tanner Lazinski was the story for the Silver Knights in this one, putting up 3 points, scoring his first 2 goals with the Knights organization, which included the game winner, giving him a total of 4 points in the series, tied for the most so far in the AHL.
Just emphasize coming in here tonight and walking away with 2 points, and obviously I feel like gelling pretty nicely with Denny and Ronnie there. So yeah, just keeping momentum going.
You could see the shot, the NHL caliber shot, just how he played. I thought Tanner did a real good job there tonight. It got us going. He scored some big goals for us to extend leads. I like the way we won. We had some adversity there at the end. I thought from Lindy out, everybody battled and competed. We were able to hold on there at the end, but I thought we played the right way. Right? We tried to manage the game. We tried to manage pucks. Obviously, there's bounces that happen, but proud of our guys' effort.
From the Silver Knights to the Tahoe Night Monsters, the ECHL affiliate is starting to have a very Vegas feel after the team transformed their face-off circles into roulette wheels. Nevada, along with Pennsylvania and Quebec, are the only areas in North America to have an NHL, AHL, and ECHL team in their region. I caught up with Tahoe head coach Alex Lowe, who says the look of the team and the ice is just the start.
The ownership group here has done a great job of providing resources. Like our apartments here are all brand new. Our players are going to be the first guys to live in the apartments. So that's not necessarily typical for this league. So they've done a great job of giving us as a staff what we need to go recruit good hockey players. And based on the guys we've signed so far and the roster, how it's shaping up, we should have a good team this year. So it'll be a great environment for these younger guys to come in and learn to win, and then hopefully translate that to Henderson and Ryan and Craig and his staff, that they can plug right in there and win games in Henderson too.
Ahead on Hockey in the Desert Weekly, it is time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray. And look who it is, Preston Brodziak. Joining us here in studio, we'll introduce you to the Skating Rebels assistant captain, show you how they fared against the Ducks this past weekend. Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I'm Vince Sapienza. We've talked gold, silver. Time to talk a little Scarlet and Gray. And to do that, we had to bring in one of the Skating Rebels themselves, the newest addition to UNLV Hockey's program, Preston Brodziak.
Great, thank you.
Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to Vegas, a Division I transfer from the Long Island Sharks. And I guess let's just start. Tell us about you on and off the ice. What made your way here to Las Vegas?
Yeah, so I kind of had an interesting path. I grew up in Saskatchewan, Canada, and played hockey all there, and then ended up being fortunate enough to go play Division I hockey in Long Island for 4 years, where I got my undergrad degree and got to play some pretty cool schools and meet some pretty cool people. So I wanted to go for my master's and figured, why not Vegas? And yeah.
So when you're talking to head coach Anthony Vinieri-Greener about, making the transfer, becoming a super senior here for UNLV hockey, what was so attractive about the Skating Rebels program?
I think just their success in the last couple of years, and then I think the way that the coaches kind of go to bat for you, and I think that they put in a lot of work to kind of get me here and get me settled here, and it was a little bit of a process, but I just knew that they had my back, and they kind of did everything to help me get here, and I really appreciated that. So yeah, just kind of everything, the people in the organization, the success of the organization, and yeah, I'm excited.
As you know, UNLV hockey program trying to make its way to that NCAA Division I status, and they obviously get as far as they've ever gotten in franchise history to that championship game in the ACHA Division I men's tournament just a few months ago. Now you're brought in to kind of help get them over that hump, if you will. You took on Lindenwood University first week of the season, a Division I opponent. What did you learn from the group in those first pair of games? I know you didn't get the results you wanted, but what did you learn from the group?
Yeah, I think that was a good weekend for us, especially the first weekend of the year. I think it kind of it helps us learn from our mistakes for the future. I've played those guys the last couple of years, so I kind of knew what to expect, and I just wanted to kind of carry my leadership over and try to help the younger guys. And I think that it was good for us to learn those first couple of games, and yeah, now we know what we need to do for the future. All
right, let's fast forward to this past weekend. You took on the Oregon Ducks, the home opener at City National Arena. Look at these scores. And come on now. 6-0 Friday night, 16-0 Saturday at City National Arena. What kind of Wheaties, how many bowls did you eat? I mean, what was going on this weekend?
Yeah, I think we just have kind of a standard for the team, and I mean, we won 6-0, but we knew that we could have won by more night one. So I think that night two, we played a full 60 minutes, and I guess that's the results we got. But 16-0, I don't know if I've been a part of a game like that for a while, but it was interesting, and it was good to see us put together a full 60 minutes, because when we play other teams, we know we can't take a minute off. So.
Was this, I mean, talk about self-esteem booster, confidence booster, 16-0. But what does a weekend like this kind of do for the group? What is the conversation this weekend as we now move forward into the week?
Yeah, I think it can be good and bad. It helps you kind of get confidence, but then as long as you stick to your game and you don't try to change once the score is really high, then I feel like you can kind of build off of it. But yeah, I think that going into this next weekend, we know it's going to be more challenging, so it's probably not going to be 16-0, but as long as we do the little things right and play that full 60 minutes like we did the second night, I think we'll be good.
I want to ask you very quickly about, obviously you got an A on your sweater and assistant captain. Knowing the program like I do, head coach Greener doesn't give out those letters to guys that necessarily have not been in the program for a number of years. What did it mean to you to kind of get the A as you just are kind of new to the program and stepping in and helping this group?
Yeah, it meant the world to me. I think it's tough always coming to a new team where I didn't know anyone on the team. Obviously I had mutual friends with some guys, but it means a lot to me to be able to step in here and know that they look at me that way and my teammates look at me that way. And yeah, anything I can do to kind of help leadership-wise. I feel like I've played 4 years already, so I kind of know what the standard is playing against some pretty good teams. So I think that, yeah, just helping the younger guys. I know when you're a freshman and stuff like that coming in, it's always tough. So having those older guys that are kind of there and have been there and can share their knowledge always helps. So that's kind of what I'm going to try to do.
Preston Brodziak, the newest member of the Skating Rebels program. Congratulations on the opening weekend win. We will chat down the line when we return here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. We are clearing the ice. That's next. Keep it here. And in our continuing quest segment, we spotlight Anthony Mantha, who put together a Gordie Howe hat trick, the second of his career, doing so in his Calgary Flames debut. Mantha scored a shorthanded goal in the first, fought JT Miller in the second, and earned his apple in the third, helping Calgary beat the Canucks 6-5 in overtime. And over in Jersey, you might have to call him Vegas East. 4 games in, and Stanley Cup champion Paul Cotter has 4 goals. The newest Devils hot streak continued with a pair against the Caps in D.C. The original misfit, Eric Holla, dished out 3 assists in the same game, and even the man known as Tuna, Tomas Tatar, put up a goal and an assist. And over in Western New York, the Florida faithful said in unison, "Holy Schmidt!" The great 88 Nate Schmidt opened up his Panther scoring account, netting his first of the season in just his second game with the reigning Stanley Cup champs. And as we wrap up Hockey in the Desert, it is time to clear the ice, and for the first time we will do so in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Utah Hockey Club has arrived. Ryan and Ashley Smith sparing no expense for what was an incredible introduction to the NHL and its fans. The setting was awesome, the building was loud, the product on the ice electric. UHC off to a 3-0 start. This has been Hockey in the Desert Weekly. We will see you next week.